Something happened with my recording, and I just recorded like a 15-minute video, and it didn't record. I'm gonna start over. All right, I'm gonna have to do this much quicker because I gotta get to bed. Man, I can't believe that. Anyway, I wanted to run through a couple things. Just again, welcome to everybody. First thing, I wanted to go over the bot and discuss something specific about that, but just give me 30 seconds. The group is not launched yet, so right now we have the tier 1 and tier 2 that the group is offering the bot, right? You have tier 1 and tier 2 for the bot, which includes different features. We'll get to that in a second. And then there's tier 1 and tier 2, the basic and premium levels of the group. The basic one includes the public chat and a bunch of other not the public chat, sorry, main crypto chat and other chats and all of our charts and all of our analysis and all of our trade ideas, pretty much everything at that level. And then the next level up includes all of our educational content plus live streaming with all of us. And the voice channel, so we can all do group calls together and hop in the voice channel. If people have a lot of questions, we could hop in the voice channel and do a quick call at any point in time, right? So it's a really great tool to have that. That would be in the premium category, along with a lot of other educational content. So that's going to be coming out in the next few days. So let me know if you have any questions about it, but I'll of course notify you when we're ready to go. Now, as for the bot, the primary reason I wanted to leave this message for you guys is because of something that commonly happens in these scenarios, and what kind of inspired me to do it is something that happened today. Somebody on Twitter, if you go and look at one of the threads I was in, was talking about another group that offers a bot. And this guy said it didn't have a good call for 30 days, nothing but failed calls. And he corrected it later, and out of like 50 calls in a month, I think there were like 4 that went well. All the other ones failed. The biggest problem with this group is their bot is actually a copy bot. So not only does it find these trades and provide signals, but it automatically trades on the exchange for each person. They put in like the connection with the API so that they grant the bot access via API to the exchange, and it trades automatically. And a lot of people lost a lot of money and they're not happy about it. That's the main reason that we don't offer our bot with that copy trading feature, because I think it's extremely irresponsible. You're taking control of other people's money, essentially. And people have offered me 6-figure sums to trade their accounts for them, and I've never accepted. There have been a lot of offers, probably upwards of a dozen, where people have come to me asking for that, and I won't do it because I don't feel it's responsible. I don't think it's the right way to go for them, and I'm looking out for them more than myself. I'd love to take the money, but it's obviously not responsible, and it's not appropriate. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. So, risk management is absolutely crucial. If you don't know how to manage your risk properly, you probably shouldn't be trading right now. You should probably paper trade and do some research to learn more about risk management. And let me tell you what happened to me. I got wrecked with everybody else. I'm no expert. I'm no pro. I taught myself how to do all this, which is why I know you guys can do it too. When I was learning and I was struggling to pick all this stuff up, I wish I had somebody like me who had gone through it, who was willing to share that with me, but there was nobody like that out there. So I'm very, very honored and happy to be able to provide that help to you guys. I got wrecked when everybody else got wrecked, and I took the rest of my money out of the market and I started paper trading all day, every day, 16 hours, 12 hours a day. I would try different trades, work on different strategies, watch every video, read every book, follow everybody on Twitter, talk to people, ask questions, gathered all the information I could, learned as much as I could, and I was able to come up with a few different strategies and models and techniques that allowed me to make back all the money I lost and then make a lot more since then, where I'm able to trade essentially for a living. So I had to go through all that to learn what I know now. Hopefully I can impart some of that knowledge and experience to you guys so you don't have to go through losing a shit ton of money and spending all that time to learn it all. But one of the most important lessons I learned in that process, and one of the most important systems I developed, was specific to managing risk. Risk management is absolutely crucial. Everybody has their own personal risk profile. And that's one of the reasons why I don't share my actual trade values. So when I share a trade, I give you an entry and a stop loss on the chart, but that's not my specific entry and my specific stop loss. They're usually both very close, but that's never my exact trade because I don't want people just to copy my trade for a few different reasons. Most importantly, they don't have the same risk profile. Their personal risk profile, their risk tolerance, among other factors, compose their risk profile, how much they're willing to risk, why, when, a bunch of variables. We're different, right? I could do really well and make 20 grand in the next couple weeks, and then after that I might take a trade where I'm putting $3,000 worth of risk on the line, right? But you might have lost money this week, and next week you're going to be trading and you really want to maintain your capital and not lose anymore, so you might not want to take any trades unless they are like really, really low risk trade. So you don't want to just jump into trades, right? And when that comes where that comes to the forefront is with the bot. That's a great example. When people sign up for the bot, they might have unrealistic expectations. So I want you guys to temper those expectations. But most importantly, I would like to convey a message that the bot is not a guarantee. It's just a tool, right? So Tech, the guy who built the bot, did an amazing job. He built an algorithm. He essentially, it scours the the Omni network, and it looks at all these different transactions. But it looks at a bunch of different wallets. I mean, he went through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of wallets. He went through lists of exchange wallets and large account holder wallets, and he identified certain specific wallets to keep an eye on. And it looks at those wallets, it compares what's in one, what's in the other, and it looks at a whole bunch of variables, when it moves, how it moves, compare that to past events, and he's able to predict what a high probability outcome is. So far, he's like 100%. This bot has been like, I think it's 7 for 7 or 8 for 8. We have to ask him. But it's been insane. I think it actually is 100%, which is nuts. It's not going to stay like that. There are going to be plenty of losing trades. Do I expect it to lose 40 out of 50 trades like the bot that the guy on Twitter was complaining about from that other group? I doubt it, but it's possible. And that's why I want to just drill that into you with the risk management thing, right? So everybody has their own risk profile. The bot may say there's a good chance the price will go up at this point, but you shouldn't just jump in because the bot says so, right? You should look at the trade objectively and think whether or not it's the best trade for you. What I do with the bot, I just use it as another tool in my toolbox. So I use my model, I call it FATAPAMP, FATAPAMP, and that means for FA, fundamental analysis, TA, technical analysis, P for people, and market psychology, MP. And those are the 4 primary data sets I use in my analyses, and that's how I find all my trades. Sometimes I look at fundamentals and technicals, and sometimes I look at overall market psychology and general shifts in sentiment that I can identify from something as simple as how people are acting on Twitter. What do Google Trends look like? How many people are searching for how do I buy Bitcoin on a given day? There's a lot of things you can look at to give you an edge. And another tool is the bot. So that's another asset that I have in my toolbox that allows me to make better trades. And that's how everybody should really look at it. Don't think that it's the end all be all and hey, the bot says it's going up, so it's going up. It's been right 100% of the time. I'm going all in, right? You need to have a stop loss on every single trade. You need to know when you should or shouldn't get into a trade based on your own personal risk profile. So if you guys don't have those risk management skills, I would love to help teach you that stuff because I went through that myself, and I'd love to share that knowledge with you if you want to join the group. But you don't have to, right? You can learn that on your own. I learned it on my own. It was pretty difficult to figure it out on my own, but it's obviously possible. And if you don't feel comfortable paying for a paid group where somebody can teach you what they learned, then that's totally your right. You can go figure it out on your own. In fact, in the basic group, while it doesn't include all of the educational services and all the educational features with the videos and the live streams and phone call group audio calls, that's not included in the basic group. But what we're gonna do, Vamp has some really great tools or really great lists of places you can find videos and books and all sorts of helpful information that'll help aid you in your learning process. And we'll put that in the basic group, right? So even if you don't have the educational side of our group, we'll give you a whole list of a bunch of those resources that you can use to try to learn the stuff yourself. But it is very important that you focus on risk management before anything else. And if you don't have those skills, maybe you should just paper trade for a while and practice until you really get it down. You need to know when to set a stop loss, where, and how to set a stop loss. But you also need to identify when a trade is good or isn't right for you. So in the case of stop losses, when it comes to the bots trades, what I personally do, if I think, hey, Bitcoin looks like it might make a move here, and I'm looking at a bunch of different variables, then the bot says there's a good chance Bitcoin's going to make a push up. I'm going to be like, well, that's my confirmation. I already thought that was the case, and the bot just confirmed it for me. So I'll place a trade. When I place that trade, I place that trade at a place where I feel like it has a high probability of success, but the more important detail is that I have a stop loss. Every single trade I ever place that's not like a long-term investment where I just put it in cold storage in a wallet and forget about it. Every single trade on any exchange has a stop loss. without fail, unless I'm on some small exchange that doesn't offer it, but that's exceedingly rare. It's imperative that you always have a stop loss. Um, where to place that stop loss is something that's dependent on your personal risk tolerance as well as the individual trade. So I can't say. But if you're trading based on the bot, it's really important that you guys just don't say, hey, the bot's been right 100% of the time. The bot said Bitcoin's going to go up. I'm going to put all my money into Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin can go down 10%, right? The bot has been 100% accurate, but we could wake up tomorrow and see that the bot called a pump and it went down 15%. And some of you guys, if you're not responsible and using risk management tools, you might get into that trade without a stop loss and lose a lot of money. I don't want to hear you coming to the group and saying, hey, everybody, I got wrecked because the bot sucks, right? I'm not saying that because I don't want to take the blame, or you're going to say, hey, Jesse, you and Vamp and Tech and Jonas, you guys are offering this bot through your group, so you're responsible. I don't care. That's not why it bothers me. It doesn't bother me because I know it's not my fault. We all make our own choices. We decide when to trade and when not to trade, right? I'm comfortable. I'm confident. I'm not worried of being accused of being responsible. The only reason why I care is because I do genuinely care about every one of you guys. When I lost most of all of my capital, and I got wrecked, and I had to learn this stuff from the ground up. I didn't have somebody in my position to teach me. I wish I did, but I had to figure it out all on my own. So now every one of you guys that hasn't taken that step, or you've learned all the things that I've learned and gotten to the point where you're actually a successful trader like me, I want to help you guys because I see you, I see myself in you, right? I was in your exact position, and it is really important to me that you succeed. I say this all the time. People say, oh, you want a paid group, just to get people to pay. I'm like, dude, if every single member of my group joined for 1 month and then learned a ton of useful stuff and then quit my group because they were able to do it on their own without any more help from me, that would make me extremely happy. I don't need them to stay in the group. I don't need to do it just for the money. I want to do it because I love the work. And if they're able to join my group and then go off and be a successful trader, that makes me extraordinarily happy. So that's what's most important to me. I want you guys to succeed, and I know the rest of the team feels the exact same way. Vamp has told me repeatedly how much he's gone so far out of his way for his lifetime members. He said, like, if we work together, you have to take these guys. These guys are my guys, right? They trusted me to give them this lifetime service. You are very important to him for anybody who's in Vamp's lifetime thing, just like my members know they're really important to me for my old group. So hopefully you can trust me when I say that it's not just like, I want you to succeed with the bot because I don't want it to fail and take the blame. I don't care. I want you to succeed because I want you to succeed. And if you don't have the tools in place to succeed, you should probably take a step back and learn some of those things so that you're better equipped to deal with this market, because it can be pretty crazy if you don't know what you're doing. So that's it. I just wanted to run through my story a little bit, give you guys some insight into how I got to where I am and why risk management is imperative, and it should be your primary focus, especially if you don't have those skills yet. Before you learn TA and everything, focus on risk management. And if you are using the bot, I'm pretty confident that you're going to do well, but it's very possible that you can do badly with the bot if you don't use risk management. So if you don't know how to set stop losses or do anything like that, mention it in the public chat and say, hey guys, I'm using the bot, but Jesse, pointed out that I could take a big loss. I really need to learn how to do stop losses better. Anybody can help me, that'd be great. I'm sure a lot of people would love to advise you and help you out. Because as a community, we are a community, right? We have to help each other and we rely on each other. We're not just here to help ourselves, we're here to help each other, and that's why our chats are so active. So feel free to ask any questions. If you want to DM me because you have a personal question, or one of the other guys, feel free to. If I'm available, I would love to help. And if not, you can obviously use the public chat because there are a lot of helpful people in there. All right, I think that's it. Hopefully I conveyed what I wanted to convey, and if I didn't, screw you. I'm just kidding. All right, well, if you do have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM, like I said. All right, good luck, guys. Trade safe.